real people on real journeys.
And honestly, though, the community is what kept me going. The shift in mindset. I'm more mindful than I ever had been.
One day at a time for all of us, right?
Thousands of people have gone through the Livy Method weight loss program, and of all the conversations that I've had with so many of our members, the one thing I've learned is that each person has their own story. It tends to be very individual and tends to be very profound. We are kicking off our Real People, Real Journey series today with Brenda Scott. She lives in Calgary. She is 40 for context. She is married to her husband and has 2 dogs. And her story is one of resiliency, persistence, and a life throwing you a curveball. A curveball by the way of a brain tumor the size of an orange. Of course, she has the typical weight loss story. She's been trying to lose weight all of her life. She's done all of the diets. And of course, now she has found the Livy Method, and she is down 58.8 pounds, part of which she lost while trying to talk and walk again. If this is not an inspirational story, I don't know what is. Here we are to have a very real conversation with our very real member. Welcome, Brenda Scott. I mean, come on. Hi.
Hi. Wow.
When you say it out loud, right?
Yeah. So nice to finally meet you.
So I've been thinking about you all day. Of course, we have like pre-production meetings, and we were just all like sitting in silence. First of all, we're so honored that people agree to come on and have these conversations. It's not an easy thing to do in front of our members, but we like to hope that we provide a safe place for people to share. And as you probably have been inspired by many of our members who've come before you and had these conversations. And there was just kind of this moment of like, oh my gosh, like just wow. We know the struggles that our members have, and we're not trying to not validate every single person who's done the program, but to do the program and then to struggle. So you did the program, you were successful, and then you were dealing with health issues. Then you found out you had a brain tumor. Then you had your surgery, and then you came back. I'm so honored you came back.
Yep.
And obviously you've been hugely successful. So there's so many I love the being in tune and knowing there's something off with your body and being like, okay, what's going on? So I want to talk about that. I love that you came back and you gave it another go. And while you're trying to learn to walk and talk again, come on. And I love that you have a very resonating story with many of our members who have been doing all the diets. So where do you want to start? I got so many questions. Where do you want to start?
Oh gosh. I guess everyone read my story online for the most part, right? So yeah, I've been through all the diets, and like I told you, back from the age of 17, joining a program in my small hometown in Newfoundland to going to the gym 7 days a week and being the fittest, most healthiest I've ever been, but really wasn't. Lots of, was never what you call it, in tune with your body, right? A lot of the conversations in the last few weeks have been lots about A-type people. I definitely consider myself, I'm an A-type person. You give me something, I'm going to follow it to a T. I'm not going to miss a mark. I have logged every bit of data in your app since you started the app. But the same thing goes, years ago when, I have to weigh in every Wednesday night. Okay, so I had a routine. You have to do this, this, and this before you can, to make sure you get your smallest number.
Yeah.
We know how crazy that is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work. I went to the gym 7 days a week, 5 a.m. every morning. No problem. I'm going to do this because I'm that kind of personality. But out of all of these things for 20 years, what I wasn't learning was right in here.
Yeah.
Why? Why are we doing this? Why do we keep going up and down, up and down? Why can't I just keep this weight off? Because there's so many negative thoughts in your head. Oh, I want to have some wine. Oh man, it's 1,200 calories in one bottle. I drank the whole bottle. Now I can't eat for a week. It's just a constant cycle. We're just tearing ourselves down. People don't see it. They don't want to believe it themselves. But I always use the joke. We look at photos of ourselves, right? And the first thing we all do it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that's awful. Don't share that photo. Don't do this. Don't do that, right? What people need to realize that are on this journey with us is, yes, get in there. Ask yourself, why are you saying these? Why do you have these negative thoughts? Why are they always in there? They're not just there when you look at a photo or when you are joking with your friends about, oh yeah, I need to get this 20 pounds off, or I need to lose some fat around my chin. Or no, those thoughts are in there all the time and they're affecting you. And you, with all your programs and all your people and everyone you're bringing online, they just bring that out. And if you take that barrier down and you let yourself, I call it freedom. When you give yourself that freedom, oh, everything else just happened. The weight is great. I am super happy. I am healthy. I'm in tune. The weight is great. I am not going to lie about that. There's something about looking at yourself and, oh, look at my face. I'm so happy. But it's the mind that I'm really happy about. I can have that glass of, well, I'm not drinking right now because of medication and all the other things, but my birthday is in 2 days. I'm going to have cake. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be great. But before it would, oh, if I have cake, well, what am I going to do for the rest of the week to make up for that? Right? That noise is gone. Completely.
That noise is gone.
Gone.
Yeah, that food noise is a big one, right? And that's what really takes that work of recognizing the kind of thoughts that you have. And I love that you mentioned try to figure out what that is about. Did you have this realization the first time you did the program? Because you did the program. This sort of, if you go back in your timeline, fall 2022, you did your first program. You lost 23.8 pounds. You joined the next couple of programs, but weight loss is slow, and then you stopped due to health issues. Just trying to figure out what was going on. In April 2024, you suffered a seizure, and then found out you had a brain tumor the size of an orange. Then you had your surgery, and then in May 2024, had to learn how to walk and talk again, and then you restarted the program in the fall. So right. Was that a big life realization that it was so much more than what you were eating and when? Like your mindset for the first program, was it different than when you came back? How did you become so insightful?
Okay, so as I mentioned before, right? A-type person. So the first few programs, follow it to the T. It's going to work. If you follow your systematic approach, it's going to work.
Yeah.
The time in between your program when you're not following, oh, what's happening? Wait, that's because I'm not mentally connected, right? Mm. When I had that happen to me in April, and I had that seizure and learned I had a tumor right here, the size of orange, I couldn't help but ask myself, could I have known more? If I was more healthy, if I was more in tune with my body and brain and everything, could I have known more to help myself? This went on for a long time. I mean, no, I know that I'm not a doctor. We wouldn't go to, oh, I have a brain tumor. No, I know that. But I wonder, would I have advocated more for myself? Would I have pushed my doctors to do more, to check more because I'm healthy and I know myself? But no, 60 pounds ago, I wasn't healthy and I didn't know myself, So I've had this time where once I got over the surgery and I was home and I'm recovering and I'm having physio come to my house and speech therapy and occupational psychological, all kinds of people coming. You know, as I mentioned before, they all had that common theme, right? You need to learn. You need to be in tune with who you are and how much you can do. And, you know, big part of the brain recovery was you need that rest. You know, I would push myself. Again, I'm that kind of person. No, I want to walk. I need to walk. I need to run, you know, but you could only go so far. You hit a brick wall, your brain shut down. Okay, now I'm realizing I need to go at this at a much slower pace, allow myself time to heal, allow myself time to think. And it was during those times where, you know, I was learning how to meditate for the first time. I never meditated ever before in my life. Now it's daily. Now, honest to God, I do it daily. So for me, that's when I realized I'm going to do a program in the fall. I know it's early. I have less going on, but I have time. I'm healing. I'm recovering. And I'm going to dig deep into why, what's happening, what's going on, why are these ups and downs. And I just started following, listening to everyone, you know, Dr. Dina, Dr. Olenka, everyone, Dr. Beverly, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's so much information that I think people are listening. For me, I was listening before, but I wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
Right now, the fall program and even this one, I'm doing this one as well. I meet my goal during Christmas, but I set a new one and I'm doing the program again. But now I'm even more connected and more I'm learning something new every day. Even your conversation this morning with Dr. Dina, there's so much to learn. And I think I could do this program for the rest of my life and continue to learn from yourself and everyone else in the group.
I continue to learn from our guests. We have the same conversations over and over, and each time there are amazing takeaways. What do you say to people who, like, trying to lose weight can seem so trivial? Like, you have a brain tumor, right? Like, yet you're trying to lose weight. Like, losing weight can seem so trivial at times when we're dealing with some really big things that are happening in our life. What do you have to say about that?
You know, I think people need to sometimes take a step back. Yes, I understand it's a weight, right? People want to lose weight. The world puts out these, you know, I always joke with my mom and say, my gosh, I'm so glad I don't have any kids because I would put them in a bubble and never let them out.
Yeah.
The world has become so much about what we look like. And, you know, there's so much with social media and you need to be this or you need to be that. And that plays a big part, right? If people tear all that down and they really ask themselves, why do you want to lose weight? I would really truly feel that the number one answer is because they want to be healthy.
Yeah.
All the other parts of it, buying smaller clothes, being happy with how you look in a photo, to me, those are all the great benefits and side effects from, you know, being in tune with your body and being comfortable with food and all the things that go with that, right? People need to realize that, yes, losing weight is great. There are so many benefits, but what are you doing it for? You're ultimately doing it to be healthy.
Was that your why? Did you think about your why?
Yeah.
Did it change from the first program to the second program, to this program?
I would say it never changed so much as it become more of a reality. I feel like I was saying it before. Oh, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. You know, I've been married to the love of my life since I was 14 years old. We met in high school and we've been together ever since. So, you know, whether I'm 60 pounds heavier or lighter, I'm very lucky that he loved me no matter what, no matter who I am, right? That's great. But I think, I would always give the right answer. Oh, you want to be healthy. You want to be this. But this time around for me in the fall program, no, it was more reality. You need to be healthy. You need to understand what happened. If anything goes wrong with me, I need to be strong enough to overcome it. And I did it already once. And I'll be ready to do it again, only way better this time.
A brain tumor the size of the orange had to learn to walk and talk again. You're done. You're done with your drama. You are done. You are good. Let's hope that you don't have to work through or overcome anything like that ever again. How did you hear about the program?
Through a friend. It was a friend of a friend done the program. She's in the program with me again right now, actually. But her friend did the program way back when I did the first one, had major success. And I will never forget, we were all together and she said, guess what? I said, what? She said, you can still have wine and cheese. Sign me up. I'm in it. Let's do this. So there was 5 of us and we said, okay, we're all jumping on board. We're all signing up for this. So-and-so had great results. So let's check it out.
What would you say is what would your advice be? So we are 4 weeks in, we're downsizing. New people are a little nervous. It's really easy in hindsight to see how the program really works together. But what would your advice be to our new members who may be a little unsure with these tweaks and, what this, blonde woman is telling us we should do each week?
I mean, for those that are, again, like myself, if you're very curious or you're skeptical or you're having a hard time trusting the process, right? That's what you say. Read ahead a little bit. Go to your guide section in the app and read ahead a little bit and see what's happening. Go back over podcasts and listen to previous programs on previous weeks or the week that we're in now, or maybe you want to, what's coming next week? Go read it, right? We can all say, trust the process as much as we want. Everyone have their own battles and their own internal struggles, right? That they're trying to figure out. I would say the biggest part for me is time. You have to allow yourself the time. And I know I can say it always, it's easy for me to say, I don't have any kids. I just have two dogs and a husband. I have lots of time. But no, that's wrong. Prior to my brain tumor, I worked 60 plus hours a week in oil and gas in the engineering world. And, I work for a company that's on 4 different time zones, from Australia to India to here in Calgary, USA. I had no time either, but I wasn't giving myself that time. And you really need to give yourself the time and listen to everything that you have to say. Time is the most important part, because if you allow yourself the time, you're going to listen. You're going to listen to what Dr. Dina says. You're going to jump on and listen to your lives. You're going to read the information that you have provided to us. You're going to do all of those things. But you have to give yourself the time. And I know I preach your program to lots of my friends and my family. My mom, I preach it to my mom a lot. Well, of course, she's my mom. I preach everything to my mom. But I say to her, Mom, you need to take more time for you. Yeah. You are not giving yourself enough time. And you can't help anyone if you can't help yourself first, right?
I know you shared when it comes to your mom that she's had weight loss surgery. She's taken Ozempic. Your brother also deals with food addiction issues and is carrying quite a bit of weight. yet they haven't signed up for the program. I think there's a lot of people who think the program is really amazing, and they have friends and family, loved ones that they think should be doing the program. How do you navigate that and just kind of let them be, or try to nudge them? What's any advice for that?
Yeah, I mean, I had my mom sign up for one, and then she hasn't signed up again. She bought your book, and she follow it from time to time, and even the little bit of time she follow it, she says, "Oh, it was fantastic. It was the best time my sugar's ever been. This and that. It was great."
Yeah.
But again, for her right now, I think it's just time. She needs to take that time for herself and allow herself to dig deep and find her reasons, and learn the processes and how it works, and get rid of that food noise that so many of us have. And I think you can preach to people all you want, right? Until they're ready themselves, they're not going to do it. That's the unfortunate part. I mean, I preach to my brother all the time. He's like my own son. My mom had him much later, and I love him dearly. I can tell him all the things, send him all my photos, and, oh, check this out. And he knows I'm doing this today. And, if he's not ready to join, he's not going to. He's not going to do it. Not going to do it, right?
Yeah, I agree. People have to be ready, because it takes a lot of work. It's a lot more than just following the diet. We have been talking a lot about A-type personalities, and we talked to Dr. Dina today about that. And that's great. You go through the program, you see results, but at some point you're going to be on your own. And you may breeze through the weight loss program, but struggle more in the maintenance program. At some point, you have to be willing to work through the things that you need to work through. And for a lot of people, there's some big feels attached to their weight issues. I'm going to assume you grew up in a home where your mom had weight issues. And so when did you recognize that you had an issue with your weight?
I say the first time for me, again, settling down with my husband at a very young age. I gained a lot of weight very quickly when I was about 17. Yeah. And again, at that point, my mom was pretty much overweight most of our life as well. There was no shortage of food around our house. There was always something. You celebrate with food, all the things, right? Which is completely normal. That's what we're supposed to do. But, I think it started with boredom and stress, and, you learn how to cope with those things by eating other things, or not good things, and then that's what happens. The weight starts coming, and oh my gosh, what I do, how I get this off, and then it goes from there, cycles up and down, up and down.
Yeah, because you've been successful. You were successful at other diets, just like a lot of other people. You lost the weight, you gained it back, you did it again, you gained it back. Do you believe you're going to be able to maintain and sustain it, and why?
100%. Because as I mentioned earlier when we talked, I've dug into here. It's not all physical anymore. It's not all that A-type personality, follow this system, this is it, this is what you have to do, eat at this hour and this hour and this hour, eat your vegetables, No, I'm not doing that. I ate yogurt for lunch yesterday. Was that part of week 4? No. Was I supposed to do that? No. I had therapy yesterday morning. It's minus a bazillion in Calgary. I came home. I slept through lunch. I got tired after therapy. I woke up cold. I drank coffee and ate yogurt. Oops. Okay.
Carry on. Today's a new day. What is your advice for what are your top tips? Why do you think you are successful?
Well, the first one is time. Like I said, I really, truly feel that people need to step back and give themselves time. Give them the time they deserve to themselves. That doesn't make you selfish. That doesn't, oh, if I do this, this will happen or that will happen. What people need to realize, I just leave my job in April to go on a vacation and haven't been able to go back. Well, guess what? The company is still operating. My team is still working. Life is still happening. So I can tell you, take the time to yourself. Life will still happen. People will still be there. They will wait for you. They will figure out how to do it themselves. Doesn't matter. You need to be the most important first, because everything else will follow. And that's what I'm learning. Even now with my husband, he's following the program. He's down, 16 pounds in January.
Amazing.
That's great. But he knows I'm having time. Okay, I'm watching my Gina video. So, okay, that's great. Good for you, right? He's not going to interfere with that, or because he's just learned, okay, this is what she do, right? So people will learn around you what you should do or not do, or life will change for you. You have to allow it.
I'm reading this comment from Denise. I felt selfish my first round, but now I realize when I prioritize myself, I'm a better person for me and the people that I love.
Yes, so much so, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you, for me, I owe my life to, my neurosurgeon, one, but my husband, both my mom and my mom-in-law came here when I got sick, spent lots of time with me. And I feel now that I have to do everything in my power to be strong and healthy and be there. But in order to do that, I have to be there for me first. Always me first. I love that saying. I think you even posted it, but I read that book by James Clear, right? Atomic Habits. I know you love that. I love that too. You introduced me to that one. But he talked about, making habits and how do you keep them habits and da-da-da. Identity change is the key, right? We can all say, oh, we make habits. Again, A-type people, you follow procedures, follow along, da-da-da, no problem. But in your fall program, I changed my identity. I've allowed myself to open. I'm free. I want cake, I eat cake. I want spinach, I eat spinach. It doesn't matter. But I've let go of all of that. All through the program that you have provided. So it's amazing. People don't understand the knowledge and the information that's behind your system. They need to allow themselves time to go through it. Go through every week of this program. Take in everything you can. It will work.
I love you. This is amazing. Come on. As if this is the first conversation that we've had this group. What a way to kick off this series. Okay, come on. Honest to goodness. Everything is aligning. I am so grateful for you taking the time and sharing. I do believe that when people go through things that they go through and they're able to share it saves other people having to go through things where they need to learn from themselves. And if you are open to receiving, you can truly learn from other people. And wow. I am speechless again. Thank you. Thank you for seeing the program for what I so desperately want people to see it for. It is so much more. And it truly is an opportunity for change.
Yes.
We want to change. Change is good. Oh my gosh. I don't want our conversation to end, but our time is up. You've given us so many good tidbits and takeaways. Anything you want to say? I know you have friends doing the program. Anything you want to say to our members? I know to put you on the spot, but the floor is yours.
No, I would say keep going. Always advocate for yourself, and as Gina always say, trust the process. It really works. But take your barrier down, take your guard down, just for yourself. Let yourself in there, and it will make a huge difference if you do that. Freedom.
And sometimes people need permission for that. Sometimes people need permission to let your guard down. Oh my goodness. Brenda Scott, thank you so much. I'm speechless. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't. It's so good. I mean, first of all, it's not an easy thing to sit up here and share your journey with thousands of people who are watching and listening. And I think it is so important. I'm so grateful because it's one thing for me to sit up here and share what I know and say what I say every day. I think it's a whole other thing when you hear from very real people in their own words. I just read over Brenda's story today. The team does a really great job of finding members who have a variety of different backgrounds and things that they want to share. And I'm just blown away personally. I hope I never stop being blown away by our incredible members. What a great way to kick it off. Have an amazing rest of your day, everyone, and I'll see you later.